Good day, folks. Praying everyone is blessed and is doing well. I remember, excuse me, when the 2024 campaign was going on, when they were going through the debates. Now, I didn't look back because I just didn't, but I do remember this well. Biden, former President Biden, got up, or he was standing there, and he said, if he won, I would just tell everyone, just come in, basically, open borders. And I remember him saying, I know this was toward the end. No, I'm sorry, not this last election, when Biden won. We're talking about 2020. And he said that, and I was thinking, did he just say what I think he said? Just inviting everyone in. He said, obviously not everyone was going to come, but I was like, wow, what a message. Don't forget, the microphones of these people that we're talking about is very loud. When these people speak, they get heard around the world. And believe you me, when he won the presidency, South America had taken note. All those cartels and all of them took note of that. And boy, did they come in. And when you look back at it, what had transpired, I mean, the money that those cartels and ragtag teams put together from Venezuela, Mexico, El Salvador, and all, it was just. And if you think about it, I could see why those people in those countries said yes to these cartel members and whatnot, because they made it sound so easy. America made it easy. Biden made it easy. Think about this. You're in a small town somewhere, right? And they tell this person, let's say a young man, a young lady, 17, 18 years old, we could get you to America safely. We're going to have a place for you to stay, a job, papers, and everything. It's going to cost you $20,000. You should be able to pay it back in a year. If they came up to me and they presented that to me like that, me at that age, I would have jumped on it. Actually, me probably at this age, if I'm in desperation, because they made it sound so easy. And in reality, it is. It's just the plan was good. It's the human element that was bad. The intention was bad. Like I said, anything birthed from bad intentions never ends up good. So these people get together. Say they get 10 people together. They got people at the States already set up. And they start on this march. They probably start off with a car or whatever too. When they can't drive no more, they hit desert. And that's where. How is it? That's where the rubber meets the road. It's time to walk. Right? They're walking. They got coyotes with them. Not the real coyotes. These are people. that are their guides, their protectors, quote unquote. Some people make it, some people don't. Along the way, they might find a desperate family or a family that knows people from that are in the States, and they have a child that they want to see do good in life. Hey, can you take 5-year-old to so-and-so place? Just call this number when you get, and they're like, perfect. They grab a male from their group and a female and say, this is now your child. So if anything happens, you have a child. It'll make it better for you to get it. That is why today there are so many kids missing that came in. There were some that didn't have no adults with them. And there were little kids that did, but those weren't their parents. Some were, many weren't. And they disappeared. Anyway, they keep trekking. They get over. And there's a van waiting for them. Let's just say there's 10. Let's say at $15,000 a head. Right? That's $150,000 a year right there. They take them to where the safe house. From there, they get dispersed. Here's your papers, and here's your job on a food truck or a restaurant or in a store somewhere. And every time you get paid, you're lucky if you might have $25 left over by the time it's all said and done. So you come in and pay this money. And in a year, if you paid them off $20,000, you might get your freedom. I would think, okay, fine. Sounds good to me. See, many couldn't wait to get on that line to do it correctly. There's so many of them. America, I was taking, again, just a figure, maybe about 2 million a year through through like the proper ways. Maybe that's a little too much, but I'm just guessing. No, they wanted those numbers plus higher numbers, so they just opened it up. Catch and release. They would catch them. I knew it was bad when they had video of people getting over the border, the wall, and going directly to Border Patrol and not trying to hide. That's when I knew, oh, yeah, they're coming for real now. Because it was catch and release. They would take them somewhere. What's your name? Take pictures, fingerprints, da-da-da. Here's your court date, and just release them into the interior of America. Never showing up for court dates or anything like that. Some do. Yeah. But they made millions of dollars doing that, yo. Millions. They had the plan. I mean, they had the route, the job, the fake and this is the thing about fake paperwork. When it comes to IDs, I had a video I posted about this. I used to work in the restaurant business. Okay. When I was a shift leader at a place, I used to be, I wasn't very good, but whenever somebody Spanish that didn't speak English would come, I would be the one to be the middleman, interpreter. And I've seen IDs that I knew that's not real, but the managers accepted it. And one of them told me that the company themselves told them, you're not an expert in that. You don't know whether that's real or fake. And that's how they used to get over that hump. And that's what was happening over there. They were getting paid X amount of money for the trip. X amount of money for your room, even though you're sharing it with 15 others. You have to pay for your own way to and from your job, clothes and all that. And of course, they're going to hit the local government. Yeah. Let me tell you, a lot of people didn't get here. A lot of people got left in that desert. Young women and kids and young men. Some had holes in their skeletal figure that shouldn't be there. Others just didn't make it. Sun out there. At night it gets really cold. There's animals out there. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a story. I was locked up in Miami-Dade County Jail. I was in the main jail. There was a Cuban cat that came in. I was probably 24, 25. And this Cuban dude begins to tell his story about how he got to the States. He had only been in the States maybe 2 or 3 months when I ran into him in jail. From Cuba, you could launch your raft or whatever and make a straight beeline toward the Keys. Rumor has it, by many, which I guess is true, the map doesn't make sense, but because of the curvature of the earth and all that. But anyway, that you could see the lights at night from the most southern part of the Keys, and you could see them from Cuba. Again, I don't know if that's true. Or you could launch from, I guess, what would be the other end of the island, and the current, right, will take you toward Mexico, right, and you end up down there. Old boy and his girl did that with some other people, and that's where they ended up at. I'm not sure that's where they intended, but that's where they ended up at. And guards had to get paid off, running while being shot at, all of that stuff you see in the movie. Old boy was like, and I could tell he was serious. And I was like, wow, that's what people go through to get to our country. Now, imagine people, the biggest desert in the world is the ocean. That is the biggest desert in the world. You figure it out. But yeah, people coming to the U.S. and Biden just opening those doors like that. And now we're still paying the price. And now, people are upset because people are going into food trucks and they're getting pulled out, immigration, ICE, and all of that. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, God bless, be safe, and have a great day.